which is really helpful because a lot of these guys are really good. Like the NBCs are actually fairly decent shots. Turbocharge is another one, so you temporarily vents your weapon's heat sinks. So if you fire your weapon too much, it'll overheat. So this vents out your weapons, vents out your armor, improves your clip size, and boosts your damage and firing rates. You have trip mines, which self-explanatory. Flat cannon, which is basically you fire a shotgun-style burst from literally any weapon you have. And then you go, so then you have your pistols skills, assault rifle skills, shotgun skills, sniper rifle skills, and then you have combat fitness, which that increases your physical and survival training. So like max health, max shield, weapons loadout, all that stuff, regeneration stuff. Combat tools, so increases your damage with combat, increases your melee damage, all that stuff. And you can have up to three uh, kind of tools on you. So like I use the concussive shot, the turbocharge, and the omni grenade. And then you can have biotics, which is basically you become a Jedi. You have pull, which pulls enemies towards you. Throw, which throws enemies. Charge, which so launching the user at the opponent restores some of your shield strength and hits them for not whatever how many points. Nova, which channels your energy into a point blank high damage explosion. Shockwave blasts enemies with a line of explosions that proceeds through walls and solid objects. Annihilation weaves rapidly shifting Mass Effect fields to slowly damage nearby. So basically, you put like a shield around you that kills people. Backlash generates a frontal biotic barrier that reflects most projectiles. So basically, you can block all projectile gunfire at you. Singularity, you hit them with the singularity, and then it suspends them in the air, and they can't do anything until they get dropped. Lance devastates a small area thrown shaft of energy, so it's like throwing a javelin. Barrier reinforces your shields, and then you have offensive biotics, which increases your stats and your damage output. Containment enhances your control over everything and your manipulation of enemies and objects. And tech they have Overload, which unleashes an electro blast. Incinerate, which is a plasma grenade. Assault turret, which deploys a turret. Cryo beam, so you hold the button down, whatever you assign it to, either right bumper, left bumper, or both bumpers, and you shoot ice out of your hands. Energy drain, so restores your shields while taking their shields away from them. Tactical cloak makes you invisible, and then you can also get a bonus for hitting them after coming out of cloak. Flamethrower, same thing as cryo beam, but with flames. There's an unknown one, but so you have to unlock it through remnant tech, which is so. I'll go into that in a second. Invasion infects your opponent's AI and controlled machines, weakens their defenses. Team support, so improves your defenses plus all your squad's defenses. Offensive tech, which maximizes all your offensive stuff. Auxiliary systems improves your effectiveness for your tech powers. Basically, the duration that you can use them. And your teammates specialize in different things. So, like right now, I'm using Jaw, which is an alien, and he specializes in tech. And Drac, who's basically a fucking tank, and he uses stuff specialized for his race. Like, so Joel, I have him, he uses Energy Drain, Sticky Grenade, Avenger Strike, which he cloaks himself and then repositions himself behind an enemy and hits them. And Drac, let's see, he has Blood Rage, where he becomes enraged. So basically, he's like a berserker. He also has the Plasma Grenade and the Flat Cannon. And then you up their health and, how effective they are with weapons. So, now, the only downside is your squad members. You can't, like, upgrade their armor. You can't upgrade their weapons. Whatever they have, but you can upgrade the amount of health and the amount of shields that they have. So, actually, I need to upgrade Jaw and Drac. Let's give you health and shield regeneration. And that should do it for that. And Drac, you get better incineration. But then you also have profiles. So on top of everything I just told you, you also can get better profiles. So you have Soldier, Engineer, Adept, Sentinel, Vanguard, Infiltrator, and Explorer. And each one of those has a different perk. So the one I use the most is the Soldier. So right now I'm at rank 2. It gives me a bonus. 12% bonus to weapons damage, 15% to weapon accuracy, 4% damage, or plus 4 to damage resistance, plus 15% to all my weapons clips. Also grants an escalating damage bonus for every target that I killed for a short time. And then, so when you're upgrading all your other stuff, you can unlock different profiles. So to unlock the Engineer, I need to put 6 more points into tech. To unlock Adept, I need to put 6 points into Biotics. Sentinel, 3 points into Biotics and Tech. Vanguard, 3 points into Combat and Biotics. I did unlock Infiltrator, which that gives you a 20% bonus to weapon accuracy, weapon stability, tech recharge, 10% for weapon. So if you hit him in the head or weak points, it gives you a 10% bonus damage. And I can observe enemies through walls while using a scope. Also, he gets cloak evades automatically. And then Explorer gives you a bonus to your weapons damage and your resistance to damage. So, and unlock that one. I need plus 2 to combat, tech, and biotics. Jack of all trades. But then, yeah, and then you can also, you get a vehicle called the Mako, and you can add different skins and mods to it to make it do better. You upgrade your ship, you upgrade the, what's called the Nexus, which is like your home base in outer space. But yeah, there's a lot to do in this game. And so even once you unlock the game, so there's seven worlds that you can go to. And so the point is to basically fix the planet. So you traveled from the Milky Way to the Andromeda to find a new world for all these people. And they found 7 potential habitable planets. But that was 600 years ago. And so now all these planets are fucked. I'm on a planet right now that was supposed to be like an oceanic, what's the word I'm looking for? Paradise. And the whole fucking planet's iced over. So you have to unlock the remnant in the area to basically fix the planet. And then you go and you do other missions for a little while. And then over time, the planet becomes habitable. And then you can go back and like finish out other missions and have people go and set up bases there, and you can, increase your military, your economy, your all that stuff for the planet. So the first couple hours are a bit boring because you're trying to get through a lot of story, because it's giving you like all the backstory and all the stuff I just told you. That's the stuff you learn in like the first couple hours. And then once you're out of that and you unlock Jaw, so you'll have all your characters, then you get to go and basically do whatever the fuck you want. So, okay. I don't know. Kick his ass, Seabass.
These are the emergency medical supplies the doctor mentioned. We have to get them to the caches. Sam, you saving the location data?
Of course, Pathfinder.
But yeah, there's just a shitload of stuff that you can do in this game, and there's a ton of like upgrades and things that you can do. I think that you would like it for the combat and for the fact that, you know, you can play it for a little bit and then stop and come back. You don't have to play, you didn't have to play any of the previous games to understand what's going on in this. So it still has a decent story and all that. Oh, and you can pretty much fuck everything. Yep. By a lot. Yeah. You can pretty much have sex with everything.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
So far, the only thing I've gotten so far was I was unlocking some armor that I can get later, and basically for some reason these guys were naked while they were putting it together, and like you walk in there and you're like, why are you naked? And they're like, well, it's a convenience thing, and it's like, this is really weird. So it pretty much calls it out right there that this is kind of fucked up. Why are you doing this? But yeah, why are you naked? Why are two dudes naked together for no reason? Unidad's a bunch of assholes, aren't they?
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Of course they do. I think that's... Why don't you get more helicopters? That's, I think, a good question. Huh. When that first you don't succeed,